Welcome back, viewer. This is the Voice of Reason. My name is Double J Double M, and with me here is Dr. Mwangi Joruri Mutahi. Before we go on with this session, I would like to remind you, viewer, that we are also available on YouTube, and we need you to subscribe to this channel, The Voice of Reason Kenya. Go to YouTube and subscribe to The Voice of Reason Kenya. Daktari, welcome back to the session.
Thank you.
Now, before we took a break, we were talking about how the society needs to change their attitude towards natural medicine or natural therapy. You can remind us what you really wanted to say about that.
Well, I was saying that we have some biases that we have derived or acquired.
Yes.
In our lives.
Yes.
We inherited them maybe from our peers,
Yes.
from our siblings, from our parents. And, what happens is that we do have an opportunity to look at natural therapy from a purely scientific perspective.
Yes.
And from the efficacy point of view. But what I was saying is that, of course, sometimes you'll find people who will just dismiss alternative therapy, complementary therapy, natural therapy, without listening.
Yeah, well,
but obviously, I was saying that obviously now the society is so much diseased these days compared to the way it was before.
True.
That basically we will embrace anything that will work for us.
In other words, what you are telling us is that we need to think twice.
Exactly.
Because this idea of dismissing natural therapies, what people used to call the madaktari wa mitishamba, it is no longer about madaktari wa mitishamba.
No.
Because we have seen many people now visit people like you. They come to consult you after they have visited all the medical facilities that you have in this country, and they have tried all the therapies out there on the conventional medicine. But finally, they arrive at your door, and I know, and you will talk about it. You have handled such people who have been handled elsewhere, and you have been able to help them. So I agree with you that we need to change our attitudes. Okay, Daktari, I would want us to look at the conventional medicine, which, including myself, I believe in conventional medicine because it is something that I was introduced to 40 years ago. And I've been I've been depending on the conventional medicine for all those years. Same with everybody in the society. After independence and after the government dealt with ignorance and poverty, then most of us were taken to school. And one of the things that we learned early in life is that the medicine that we were to focus to is that conventional medicine.
Well, I think the kind of research information I can talk about, personally I can talk about the practical results that I've seen.
Yes.
I've had patients with many disease conditions. I can give you an example of patients who suffer from prostatitis. That is the problem with the prostate gland being enlarged and experiencing the blockage of urine. And of course some of them are with a catheter already installed on their bodies. These are now patients who would otherwise have to go for surgery. When they come to Health Living Center, we are able to give them natural products that will help to mitigate against that condition. The prostate gland goes back to its normal size, and the urine is no longer blocked. I have to emphasize here, though, we prefer you come to us in the early stages. Because obviously when you have the prostatitis, the enlargement and inflammation of the prostate gland, obviously some of those conditions then can also advance into cancerous conditions. If you come to us with probably just inflammation and swelling and maybe stage 1 or stage 2 of the cancer, we are able to help you. Of course, if you come to us stage 4 advanced cancer, then we may not have enough time to improve your body's immune system so that the body can correct itself. We have received a lot of other patients with, for example, suffering from polyrheumatism. This is rheumatoid arthritis, whereby the patient is experiencing pain and swelling in several joints, 5 or 6 joints. And these are patients who are taking a lot of natural medicines and who are potentially not receiving any relief. So we don't discontinue them from taking those medications. They continue their medications, but we also...
You mean the conventional medicine?
Conventional medicine, but we give them products that will help, one, to cleanse and detox the body.
Yes.
Now to lower the chemical level, because once you've been taking medications for a long time, then obviously you have the chemical overload in your body. And unfortunately, none of the conventional practitioners will give you something now to cleanse and detox the body. So we do that. We'll give you something that will also help you to manage the inflammation. And once you do that, and of course we encourage you to eat properly, and we guide you on you know, what to eat and when to eat it, then obviously you see a lot of positive results. We have dealt also with asthmatic patients.
Yes.
You come to us, you have either asthma or bronchitis, you are on inhalers. We start you on our treatment. You continue to use your inhaler, but in about a month or 2 months or 3 months, you realize that you no longer need to use the inhaler.
Okay.
So, you know, these are cases that we have seen, we have treated, we have patients out there who are giving testimony.
Yes.
So, and that's what I was saying, that the best way to advance a point is through a practical example. Yes.
Quite clear, Daktari. I think I'm fully convinced that over and above the research that you have done, you also are talking about practical cases, and there are quite many that you have handled by yourself. And I think I'm convinced properly. Now, Daktari, let's look at government, because government really is very, very important in whatever that we try to come up with in this country. Do you think government has created enough space for you people and for people like you? And what else do you think they can do?
Well, the government has created some space in the sense that,
How much
you know, we are living in a free country.
Yes.
And that's why I'm able to practice natural therapy, nutrition and natural therapy.
Yeah.
I'm able to meet those patients who are willing and to help them. So there is that space there. But maybe what we could be talking about is that we need more resources, we need more structures, we need more systems in place. We need the Ministry of Health, for instance, to mainstream natural therapy. We need to have some standards for people who claim to be natural therapists, without necessarily limiting them. We need them to have some basic education, and if they have the will, they have maybe some basic knowledge, and they need to advance their knowledge. We need, you know, a point where they can go and improve on their knowledge. And then, other than the government, the natural therapists, those of us who are practicing natural therapy, I think we need to come together.
I actually wanted now to throw the ball back to your court. I wanted to ask you, who can we say that you are? Who can you call yourselves? Because I know Dr. Njorori. I probably know another doctor. I know of someone else called Dr. Gidaya somewhere. Dr. Mr. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. But who are these people? Do you have an organization?
Well, not a national organization. That's something that we need. I think we are there. We are scattered. You know, we are doing our own therapies in our own way. But obviously, it would help a lot if we were to come together. First of all, to share experiences, to enrich each other, and to provide a forum for disseminating whatever individual and collective information that we have. I think it would also be a very good forum that would attract young people. You know, we are talking of joblessness in this country, and this is one area which is really basically virgin, because if you can come to an area where you probably could benefit financially to some extent, but also you are able to impact positively in terms of the health for the society, and obviously in terms of the economy, I think that is very good. So as the individual therapists, we need to look for each other wherever we are, not be selfish, you know, openly and transparently. But obviously, like I say, there's also something for the government to do. So I think I want to challenge the government that the government could do more, but also let's not blame the government all the time, because we have not come together as therapists to go to the government to tell them that we have this, and we think this is how we can get some benefit, some help from you.
I think I agree with you, Daktari, and this is you must probably be the person to take the bull by the horn. I think as I've listened to you, I can only advise that you need to form an organization so that we can be referring to you. Because again, the last question I want to ask you is about how do you, as a person, plan to pass on the knowledge and the kind of knowledge that you have to the next generation? How can we reach out to the next generation?
Yeah, no, it's something that we have to think about. Obviously, you don't want to die with this knowledge.
Yes.
I'm not dying immediately or tomorrow. I have daughters who apparently are not likely to be in science. I would be very happy to mentor a young person.
Yeah.
I've had forums whereby you have had an opportunity to exchange information. But maybe to answer your question directly, obviously one way to pass down the information is to document it. Obviously now with the advantage of technology,
Yes.
it's something that we should be able to do.
Yes.
But obviously we need to ask ourselves the bigger question: even when you document it, you are documenting it for who? So, and that's why I'm saying that as a society, even as a government, we need to have systems in place. For instance, now what I'm practicing today, I have built up quite a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
I love to share it with other people.
Okay.
I would love to have it documented and stored somewhere, in a manner that is retrievable.
Yes.
Retrievable tomorrow. I think for all of us is something to think about, but obviously documenting very, very important.
Documenting very, very important.
Yes.
What do you think about probably coming up with a herbal medicine school or something like that, or coming up with a kind of a document, a curriculum that can be taken to the ministry, that can be adopted to the mainstream education, whereby this herbal medicine can be taken as a subject. It can be taught in school.
Yes, we need to dialogue along those lines. I'm happy to note some of these concepts are not completely new. If you go to some of our universities here, they have some studies on indigenous knowledge, indigenous medicine. If you go to Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, I think now they have a course on nutraceuticals. This is on natural substances that have nutritional benefits and also have pharmaceutical benefits. I think there are pieces here and there. It's just a matter of putting them together, and even within those institutions that are doing those studies, and collaborating and working together, and also being practical, because sometimes we tend to be up there in the ivory tower. We are doing a lot of theoretical studies and less of practical work. I think what is most important here, I would love to see collaboration between practicing natural therapists like myself and those people who are doing studies, for instance, in the universities. And when we do that, then the issue even of documentation and dissemination of knowledge.
Where do you think is the converging point? Where can we establish the converging point?
Yeah, we need to dialogue on that. We need to dialogue with that. But obviously, because we want something that has continuity, so it's always good to work with established institutions. I would love personally, for instance, to work with JKUAT, or maybe the University of Nairobi, or my hometown university.
Have you made a move? Have you made a move?
We have made some moves here and there. I don't want to talk too much about it, but we are probing and exploring those opportunities.
And why, Dr. if I can ask this one, why do you think it has taken so long for herbal medicine practitioners to come together? Is it that in the past there has been frustration from some corners, maybe government?
Actually, to be truthful, there has been some associations, but maybe some of them did not last very, very long. This is a number of societies. Societies go through episodes of culture. But everything has its own time. Maybe this is the right time to think about that. Obviously, what we are experiencing as a society, we have never seen such a rampage in terms of the disease conditions that people are living with, in terms of the economic impact. If you were to count the number of diseases that are very common now in society, it's not something that we had decades back. So maybe just as much as the disease condition has worsened, maybe it's also a good time for us to now think about these other issues. So yeah, I would have loved to find a strong association there, but it's something that we can do.
Okay. Lastly, Dr. You've told us that at your Natural Health Center in Nyeri,
the Health Living Center,
the Health Living Center,
yes.
In Nyeri,
yes.
that you have handled many patients
yes.
of
yes.
various diseases cutting across,
yes.
disease
yes.
conditions.
Yes.
You've handled cancer?
We have handled cases of cancer, but I want to be very clear.
Yes.
When we handle a cancer patient, we do not discontinue them from either chemotherapy or radiation therapy. We complement the therapy that they are going through, and when we are able to help them to cleanse and detox, particularly to lower the chemical load in their bodies, we see that they do benefit from the therapy immensely. Also, if you are planning to come to our facility, I advise you to come. I advise that you come to us as early as possible. Because what happens is all of us have precancerous cells in our bodies.
Everybody.
But all of us. All of us. Pre.
Yeah. So we are all potential.
We are not cancerous. We don't have cancer, but all of us have precancerous cells. But our body's immune system is able to capture those precancerous cells and kill them before now they are active in our systems. So even when you are early stage cancer and you are able to boost your immune system, then your chances of recovering, full recovering, are much higher. So it's good for all of us. Let's get tested. Let's not shy away, from going to hospitals or laboratories. But also, when we realize that there are problems with our bodies, let's seek help. And of course, when you're in such kind of condition, you'll seek help wherever you can find it.
That's fine, Daktari. I think it will be interesting for us, for the Voice of Reason, to be able to see some of the cases that you have handled, some of the patients that you have handled and you've corrected or you've helped them to recover. Is it possible for us to?
Absolutely. That's something that we can do. Of course, we are very careful because you want the patient to be able to talk about themselves. And you want them to be able to volunteer that information. You may encounter that maybe certain patients don't want to talk about their illnesses, rather. But of course, we do have a lot of patients who would be willing to talk across various therapeutic areas.
That's okay. All in all, you can provide some of those who are willing and they talk to the Voice of Reason.
We will do that. We would happily do that.
Sure.
And of course, you can also reach us through the phone. And our telephone number is 0711 745 043 711 745 043.
You can repeat the number for our audience.
0711 745 043.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you.
Viewers, we've been having this conversation on health. Today, we were with Dr. Mwangi Jorori Mutahi, who is a natural therapist and who runs a facility for living health in Nyeri. He's calling it a Living Health Center in Nyeri. He has been very insightful. We've gotten a lot of information, and we are going to engage Daktari more. So thank you very much. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube. This is the Voice of Reason Kenya. The Voice of Reason Kenya. Go there and subscribe and continue following us. This is the Voice of Reason. My name is JM Jeff John. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you.
That was a great conversation.